Perfection is a prison, and freedom only comes by embracing the casual aspects of imperfection as we go on as presenters and try to make the best impression that we can. Now, the very idea of not being as perfect as possible goes against the very idea of presentation coaching, and I don't think so. One of the reasons that filmmakers, that background really helped us make people better is filmmakers know that nobody likes perfect people. It's not always to your advantage to come across as perfectly as you could. It's often to your advantage to come across real, to come across with your own personal idiosyncrasies, your own personality, the things that make you you. Perfection strips those out, and improvisation leaves room for you to be an individual. So I'd like to propose that we abandon the goal of being perfect and instead think more about the commitment to the goal of authenticity, to sharing who you really are, and maybe focusing more on the sequence of the information as opposed to the words. Think about it this way. Structure is like the trunk of a tree and the branches. It looks like it looks. It's shaped like the way it's shaped. And every year, it's essentially the same tree, theoretically bigger, hopefully with all the limbs it had last year. But it's essentially the same shape, and it looks the same every year. But in the fall, all the leaves fall off, and then it grows new leaves in the spring. Looks like the same tree, but those are not the same leaves. The structure is the same, but the leaves, the words are different. In speaking, words are like leaves. Leaves are like words. We're going to have a structure that we're speaking to, and then we're going to come up with the words that we stick to that structure. So a lot of people do it wrong in that they script out their speech, which is the words, and then they try to memorize and recite those words. And what they're actually committed to is the leaves. And that's what zaps our authenticity. All day long, we're coming up with the words in the moment. I'm following a sequence, the trunk of the tree, and I'm coming up with the words as I talk. It's not perfect, but it's me, it's real. You can see me, you get a sense of who I am, and my personality shining through. So give this a try. Consider what you're improvising about as the words, and what you're committing to is the structure, which is the trunk. And put the leaves on the tree naturally every time you do that presentation. So I do a few presentations where I do them almost monthly, done them a bunch of times, never the same way. The message is the same, the structure and sequence are more or less the same. The words are different every time because I'm alive in that moment. So give it a try. Perfection is not the place you want to focus. You want to focus on setting yourself free of that prison and pursue an improvisational form of presenting that lets you be you.